with the championship record and the collegiate record set in the same race. 22:02. That's a great time still.
Whew. Yeah, it is.
And this is Simone Mason of LSU. And boy, do the Tigers need to get some people into the final. She failed to make it in the 100. She was the first non-qualifier in the 100. First time no LSU sprinter in the 100 meters in forever.
Mason just got bumped off the world list. She did have the fastest time, 10th fastest time in the world until Dina Asher-Smith ran 22:08 about 4 hours ago in France. And there's Cam Sturgis from North Carolina A&T. She's number 2 on the NCAA list, and right now she's number 6th on that world list.
Also, University of Southern California with 2 possible finalists here, Angie Anellis and Lene Taiba-Thomas. They already have 8 athletes through to the finals. That's double what anybody else has. Sturgis in 7, Mason in 8. Mason running a very good curve out there in lane 8, but now she's running blind.
Angie Anellis ate up that curve.
And now Kavona Davis in the middle of the track, also running well in lane number 5 from Texas, but it is Sturgis who comes up late to win the heat. 22:55 with about a 2+ mile per hour trailing wind. It was Anellis of USC who got that 2nd spot, so automatically into the final. And it was Kavona Davis who finishes 3rd at 23 flat.
Angie Anellis in lane 5 had a fantastic curve running, but watch Sturgis, 3rd from the left in the blue. She was well behind. Now watch her transition right here. Look at the knees and look at how her hips are right underneath her. She closes really well. When you transition off of that curve, it's a re-acceleration from that curve to the end, and Sturgis executed it perfectly.
Official results, Sturgis at 22:55. Anellis 2nd. Those are your automatic qualifiers. Kavona Davis, Adeleke of Texas, and Lene Taiba-Thomas. All those 3 have to wait to see if their times will hold up. The wind is obviously swirling, could very easily be a headwind for the athletes in the next 2 semifinal heats.
Starting to cool down a little bit as well. However, the women in this 200 are some of the best in the world. Right now, 5 of these women are in the top 10 in the world right now, even after Dina Asher-Smith ran that 22:08 a few hours ago in Italy.
Looks like we're going to have an empty lane in lane number 5. Brianna Pethel of Houston has not shown up, so this is Tamara Clark of Alabama. She will start in lane number 6.
Tamara Clark ran on the 4x1 earlier. She qualified in the 100, and right now she sits 4th in the world with a personal best of 22:13. I spoke with her yesterday about this event, and she said, I have to have a better block start. She can't run a really good curve unless she stays aggressive and low out of these blocks. In her 100-meter prelim heat, she stood up, and that's what she wants to do, is stay down in this. And then you have TT Terry right outside of Clark in 7, so Clark will be chasing Terry. TT told me that she's focused on the first 60 meters of this event. She said, I just have to make sure I run through that 60-meter zone. She's been having personal bests lately every time she has run this. And right now, she's got a personal best of 22:54, and that is 7th on the NCAA list coming into this meet. But man, she's got sick top-end speed.
We saw TT Terry drop an 11:03 in her qualifier of the 100 meters, by far and away the best time amongst the 100-meter semifinals.
And that's where that closing speed comes in. When you come off of this curve, it's a re-acceleration. Clark has the better curve running. Terry has the better transition off of the curve.
So USC already with Angie Anellis through to the final. TT Terry trying to make it a possible double. Tamara Clark, the junior from Alabama, hoping also to make it a double. She's already through in the 100. Clark with a good reaction to the gun, but so with T.T. Terry.
Jada Baylark as well in lane 4. Nice reaction to the gun.
There's Terry leading Clark, but now Clark off the transition goes into first place. Terry knows that she just needs to be first or second to qualify through, and that's what's going to happen. Tamara Clark making it through. Tamara Clark and T.T. Terry 1-2, 22:56 with a .4 trailing win. Really not much of anything. 22:76 for Terry, close to her lifetime best as well. And Baylark at 23:19.
Clark on the far right of your screen ran a really nice last part of that curve. And watch the transition here. Clark's arms and shoulders and everything goes underneath. When you come off of that curve, it's a hip, knee, ankle relation to make sure that your body stays from the curve into the straight, and then that nice knee lift at the end. Clark will be happy with the way she ran that.
Official results, Clark at 22:56 and Terry, those are your automatic qualifiers. Jada Baylark at 23:19 is slower than the bubble, so 23:17 is the bubble, so she will not qualify on time. Only the automatic qualifiers from this heat.
And that just shows you how absolutely insanely talented these 200-meter runners are.
Third and final semifinal heat, featuring the freshmen from LSU, and boy, do they need finalists, the Tigers.
They do. They really do. Ophelia ran on the 4x1 earlier. That is through to the final on Saturday. And she is really good at this event. Runs 22:30. She had that personal best at the East prelims. She has the African under 20 record, and she's 7th right now on the world list. Actually put that 8 because of Dina Asher-Smith's race this morning. And then right next to her, Anavia Battle. She ran in the 100-meter as well in the 4x4. She is 3rd coming into this meet on the NCAA list, and she's 7th right now in the world at 22:28. Also keep an eye on lane 7, Kennedy Flannel of Texas. There's Flannel of Texas, has done a really nice job all season long for Edric Florial. She's just a sophomore. We've talked a lot about the freshman and sophomore. Ophelia in lane 5 is a freshman. The next generation coming up, they're making immediate impact on big stages as freshmen and sophomore. In the olden days, Dwight, when you and I and Dan run, it was like your freshman year, you came in, you got your feet wet, you started training, you got the whole pattern down, and then by your hopefully junior year, you were making impacts and scoring. These freshmen and sophomore are coming in here not only scoring, they're setting collegiate records, and they're on world lists.
Just to remind you, I came in just after freshmen were allowed to compete varsity at the collegiate level.
Were they televising track then?
Yes, with hieroglyphics. You had to really chip away fast.
Yeah.
All right, the action in the middle of the track, as it usually is, with Ophelia, the freshman from LSU, in 5, Battle of Ohio State in 6, and Flannel of Texas in 7. The fact that USC has so many finalists isn't as scary to some of these contending teams, because they're thinking, okay, so if they get 5th and 6th and 7th place points, but there's just a lot of people that they're getting through.
They are. SC has 8, Kentucky has 4, LSU has 4, and North Carolina A&T has 4 as of right now from our crack statistician, Tom Lewis.
Plus Anellis already, so that makes 9.
That would make 9.
And Terry, that would make 10.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's that. Ophelia with a good reaction to the gun and driving hard through this opening curve. But it is Battle coming off the turn first. It's Battle and Ophelia, and on the outside, Steele of Miami of Florida Battle and Ophelia, that is your 1-2 and automatically into Saturday's final. So LSU does get another finalist.
22.50, just off Anavia Battle's personal best at 22.28. She ran really well. Ophelia loves being able to be in lane 5 so that she can chase people, and Anavia Battle had 3 women out in front of her that she could see, but she ran a really nice 80 meters of that first curve, and that sets Battle up right in the middle of your screen in the black and the maroon, up for this transition into the curve. Look how smooth that was. She had absolutely 0 cadence of breakage, no stride change, nothing, and then cleans through those knees, right up through her hips. Great arms, great shoulders. That's a clean finish.
And this was into a 0.5 meter headwind. Not a lot, but enough to feel it as you're coming up the home stretch. And they still got 2 time qualifiers out of this semifinal. Battle and Ophelia through automatically, but Steele and Hall both qualifying on time. In fact, Hall getting the final qualifier.